What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of the set review for Assault of the Omni Lords. So let's just get down to it. First card is 4th Omni Fire Lord Ornova. So Ornova is a size 3 monster with 9,000 power to crit and 8,000 defense from Ancient World. His attribute is Raging Spirit / Fire, and he is an Omni Lord. The call cost is when your lifeblood becomes 0 during your opponent's turn, pay 3 gauge and your life becomes 1. So when this card enters the field, discard your entire hand, put all cards other than this card from your field into the drop zone. For this turn, you cannot be dealt damage and this card cannot be destroyed. And it has triple attack. It has 2 crit, right? Just in general, in Raging Spirits, I think he'd be a pretty decent card. This is a game finisher. Just because you wouldn't have a hand after you use his ability. If you call it to the center, you're gonna be protected anyway just because you can't be dealt damage for the turn. Like if you call it to the right, it'll have triple attack next turn, and plus you have your item, slash whatever, Misera, and plus you might have ring. If the situation calls right, then don't call to the center, call to the side. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent card. It's a really good finisher. And like with Raging Spirits, just how the deck plays, it really minuses your opponent unless you don't have defenses. Usually it minuses your opponent before it minuses you. Yeah, I think Ornova is a really good card. The next card on our list is 3rd Omni Water Lord Misera. Misera is a size 2 monster with 6,000 power, 2 crit, and 5,000 defense from Dungeon World. His attributes are Dungeon Enemy, Demon Lord, and Water. He is an Omni Lord, and the call cost is pay 2 gauge, put up to 2 spells from your drop zone into this card's soul. This card has double attack, soul guard, and lifelink too. Wow, that's actually pretty decent. Hold on, in Dungeon World, there's 2 versions of running a Dungeon Enemy, which is size 1 and 2s, and there's the Demon Lord size 3s. This card is really versatile, I think, and you can run it in either one. But I think it's more useful in the size 1, size 2, and size 0 dungeon enemy. Just the fact that it's a Demon Lord, it lets you play Demon Lord's dungeon much faster, and 2 soul, like pay 2 gauge for 2 soul guard is insane. Plus it has double attack. This card is really good. It's a really good card offensively and defensively because yeah, it has soul guard, but it has 2 soul, and 5,000 defense is a pretty decent wall. So 6,000 power is really good too. And lifelink 2 is, I don't think that'll be a big deal. Its other uses in every other world, I'm not like, okay, it's a water attribute, so there's that water deck that always, like with the set spell, the water set spell, I think this card would be really good. It'll be like a better Nana say, because you have the +2/+2 set spell, and this guy will have double attack. But the only bad thing is you can only use 1 in that deck. I think there's gonna be better. I haven't looked at the entire list yet, but I just saw some really good support for Dungeon Enemy and just the ways that you can use Misera. The next card we have is Baptism Knight Camel. This card is a size 2 monster with 5,000 power, 2 critical, and 3,000 defense from Dungeon World. His attributes are Adventurer and Knight. Call cost pay 1 gauge. When this card enters the field, if you have an item equipped, search your deck for up to 1 Knight item, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. When this card attacks, if you have 2 items equipped, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. Bushiroad's introducing the idea of 2 items, kind of like Legion in Vanguard, I think. I'm not sure, but I just saw 2 people putting 2 cards together. So this card's ability, if you have an item equipped, search your deck for another item. Therefore, that's how you get, 2 items. And when this card attacks, you get gauge. So, like, you just equip the item that you search for and you get gauge. This card's really good. I'd run 4, maybe. Just because it searches, first of all, and plus, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna run a dual wield deck, I think you're gonna have to, it's gonna be weapon heavy, right? So this card is like, there's no problem of you like getting this card and like searching for another item. Because you need an item to use the card's ability, you're not gonna have a problem because you're probably gonna have an item on your first hand just because of the amount of items that you have in your deck in general. So the next card is 5th Omni Cavalry Dragon Fire Sword Dewbell. Size 1 monster, 5,000 power, 2 critical, and 1,000 defense from Dragon World. This just looks like a 1,000 rapier. From Dragon World, Armor Dragon / Red Dragon. Ability is this card cannot be called to the center, just like every 5th Omni Cavalry cards. When you're dealt damage, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. This ability activates once per turn. Playing this card, as I said in the previous video, where when you play the guy on the side, your opponent has an option to attack you or the guy on the side. I think it's Misera, yeah. And if he attacks you, you draw a card. It's kind of like baiting your opponent to attack you instead of the monsters on your side. So if you're playing against 5th Omni Dragons, my suggestion would be to just attack their sides. No matter like how much defense they have, they would not get the abilities that when you attack them like head on. If my suggestion is, yeah, just attack the guys on the side first before you attack them. The next card is Double Squeak Hammer Dragon from Dragon World. Size 0 monster with 2000 power, 1 critical, 1000 defense. It's an armor dragon and a red dragon. His ability is counteract. During your turn, put this card from your field to the drop zone. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. This card is, I think it's one of the, just like Boomerang Dragon and Mist Bunker Dragon, this card has the ability for you to utilize drum breakers, like just say that from the old meta, Drum Breaker Dragon, size 1 monster, your item, and this card, like a size 0 monster in the center. This card's ability is often going to be used like that, like for impacts and stuff too. But say after all your monsters attack, size 0 monster, Double Squeak Hammer Dragon, you put it to drop zone, you get a gauge, plus you attack with your weapon. So the 4 attacks, it makes the 4 attack combo really good. I think it's somewhat on par with Boomerang. No one really runs Missile Bunker. People usually run Boomerang just because you don't really minus with it. This card I think is on par with Boomerang, just because you put it in your drop zone and you impact. You attack with your weapon, then you impact. If not, you can even just have 3 of them or something, and then just put them all in the drop zone. Like there's no limit to this card's ability. Yeah, and then you just impact because like if you don't have any gauge. And plus, you can even run it in size 3s, like instead of Boomerang, and like maybe not, I don't know, because size 3 decks are kind of heavy on gauge. This card just helps with it. Of course, like the 1 crit is, you know, it's small, but it's something, right? And that's all the time I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. See you later.